Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the Miami Dolphins, but with the new addition here of Bradley Chubb. So the Dolphins traded away a first, a fourth, and they traded away Chase Edmonds, and they also received Bradley Chubb and a fifth from the Broncos. And I gotta say, Dolphins easily won this trade because not only did they traded away back from pick number 3 to pick number 12 with the with the Niners, so that way the Niners could draft Trey Lance. Then they traded with Philly to get pick 6. They acquired Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Bradley Chubb with all their first round picks that they've had in the past 2 years. They're doing amazing. The Dolphins are doing a great job. Tua is finally developing. I'm not going to lie. I was a Tua hater for a long time. If Tua can stay healthy and doesn't get a bunch of concussions anymore, then Tua is going to be a great quarterback. But in the past, Tua was a problem. Now that he's finally got weapons, he's looking really good. Hopefully that concussion is not a big deal. But anyways, we're going to trade away the picks. It was the San Francisco 49ers first round pick. So I don't know which one that is here. I'm just going to do that one, sure, the back end pick, and then the Dolphins traded away, I think, didn't they trade away a fourth? Apparently Madden said they don't have a fourth, so I'm going to trade away the fifth, and then I'm going to get the Bears fifth. Not the Bears, dang it, why am I blanking out so hard? The Broncos is what it is. The Broncos, I need their 5th round pick. We'll take that. And I think that's right. It was the Dolphins trade away the San Francisco 49ers first round pick that they acquired, a 4th round pick, which technically Madden's showing that we don't have, and then the Broncos are trading away Bradley Chubb and a 5th round pick. If anything else happens on the team while I'm recording this, I'm sorry, the trade deadline is over an hour, so if anything else does happen, let me know. Chase Claypool is to the Bears, TJ Hawkinson to the Vikings, Roquan Smith to the Ravens. I was super hyped about that, but we're just going to do this. And we're just going to send those over. Also, they acquired Jeff Wilson from the San Francisco 49ers, but again, I don't necessarily care about that. I'm going to keep updates. Calvin Ridley just got traded to the Jaguars. That's crazy, dude. I'm going to have a lot of rebuilds for y'all. Calvin Ridley to the Jaguars is kind of insane. Tua Tagovailoa, hopefully he can develop here in this simulation for us out of Alabama. And yeah, he'll be pretty good. Raheem Mostert, Matt Gaskin, Jeff Wilson, all these guys, they're going to need to be replaced. I'm not going to lie. These guys they're just not there for the future, sorry. Tyreek Hill, Cedric Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Sherfield, I believe. Yeah, set receiving core for the entire rebuild. Got a decent fullback. Teron Armstead, Connor Williams, and Robert Hunt, I believe it is. Yeah, Robert Hunt. And O-line is looking decent. I feel like we can definitely work on that tackle and left guard. Gesicki as well. He's a great tight end. I think he's had 3 touchdowns in the past 3 weeks. And then obviously Jerome Baker, Melvin Ingram, Jalen Phillips, Andrew Van Ginkel. There's a lot of players here that we just don't need. Like Van Ginkel, I think I'm going to trade because we have Bradley Chubb now. Jalen Phillips was a first-round pick. I would like to develop him if I can. Don't think I will be able to. This team is honestly really set. I want to replace Eric Rowe and maybe get another linebacker behind Jerome Baker. Jerome Baker's good. He's decent. But he's more like a second-string middle linebacker to me. I don't think he's the leader. So Andrew Van Ginkel, I'm actually going to trade him away. Matt Hennessy would not be... I think I'll go with Matt Hennessy on this one, honestly, and move Connor to left guard. I'm trade Andrew Van Ginkel for Matt Hennessy on our offensive line, and then I'm going to move Connor Williams back to the guard position that he played with the Cowboys. I don't think he played center. I'm pretty sure he played left guard with the Cowboys. So we're going to move him over to the left guard. Matt Hennessy is going to be the starting center. I think that was a great trade for us. Then defensively, again, I'm tempted to trade away Jalen Phillips for Melvin Ingram, but Melvin Ingram's not going to be here for too long. He's 33 years old. I'm only going to keep him around for a season. Specialist, Emmanuel Ogbah, Wilkins, Ingram. I would like Ingram rushing, but it's fine. Nick Needham. I'm going to move him up. I don't know how you pronounce that last name. That's too complicated. And I'm going to start Jeff Wilson. And no, I won't. Mostert. Yeah, I'll start Mostert, I guess. And then... yeah, we should be looking pretty good. Anyways, guys, apart from that, This team is having a ball in free agency. It's now time. Oh, Andrew Van Ginkel already has trade offers. I already traded him away, but it's now time. It's moving to the midseason mark. So here we are against the Detroit Lions, who no longer have T.J. Hawkinson, by the way. He's to the Vikings, and Irv Smith is out for basically the rest of the season. And yeah, we're here to face them as they're 2-4, and we're 4-3. Bottom of the division, highly contested division. Dang, our division is stacked. Hopefully we can make the playoffs this season. I'm just going to keep the auto-generated rookies. And then what do I want with this team? This team is already pretty good for the most part. But I'm going to choose the Scouting National focus to be... I want a middle linebacker. Well, actually, no. I want DBs. I want another DB. Let's do DB. Even though, yes, the Dolphins don't necessarily need DB, I feel like we can use another one. There's no harm in it. And other ones are getting old, like Byron Jones. Well, Byron Jones isn't that old, but either way, you know what I'm saying. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here. We got the Mike Gesicki. I was about to say Myles Gaskin. Mike Gesicki, what's your interest in re-signing? Medium. I'll give you a player-friendly deal, and then, yep, he accepts. Good stuff with me. Bradley Chubb, we just got you. We're going to need you back, of course, and he stays with the team as well. Melvin Ingram... I want to develop Jalen Phillips, even if he does want to come back, and even if he does put up a lot of sacks, I still want to develop Jalen Phillips. I'm not going to re-sign him. Thomas Morstead, I'll just give you a 5-year deal since you're interested in coming back. He stays with the team. Raheem Mostert, no. Eric Rowe, he's 29, no. Nick Needham, he's a decent depth player. If he accepts this, I'll keep him. Yeah, he stays with the team. And Trey Flowers, no, I didn't even know he was on this team. Myles Gaskin, no. Teddy B, no. Everyone else here is just a no to me. I mean, I'm glad that everyone has a high interest with coming back with the team, but I just don't want those guys, you know? They're just not necessary for the future of this rebuild. Trade Nick Needham, no. Trade the left end, I don't really care. But anyways, we're going to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 8-9, bottom of the division. The division is just so highly contested in simulation, I can't necessarily do anything about it. It's not that the team's bad. It's just we got to hope we get lucky. Tua was pretty good other than his passer rating, which was 34th. The offense was good. The defense was ranked at number 8th. Ranked 8th in the league. What am I saying? Tua, 4,900 yards, just shy of 5,000 yards. 35 touchdowns, 17 interceptions is not good. Raheem Mostert was not good. Cedric Wilson, 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. That's a great season. I'm going to give him superstar development if the CPU doesn't. Tyreek Hill, 10 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Jalen Waddle, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. Gesicki didn't do as good as I expected him to. Defensively, Jerome Baker with 140 tackles. That's a great season. Tackles for a loss, 18 for Christian Wilkins. Sacks, 10.5 for Emmanuel Ogbah. Only 6.5 for Bradley Chubb is disappointing. Interceptions, 4 for Javon Holland. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Byron Jones. So, anyways, we're going to see what we can do in the offseason. And Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs wins the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen was the league MVP. And there are no awards here for the Miami Dolphins. But we're going to see if we got any development upgrades. Cedric Wilson should for sure get superstar dev. 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. And he does. The CPU gives it to him. Good stuff. Tua eventually will get a dev upgrade probably, but he wasn't that good this year. I forgot Austin Jackson was on the team. I wish I started him at the beginning of the season. It looks like we don't need to draft on any offensive linemen because I'm cool with this set right here. This right side just needs to develop, though. And, yeah, offense, I think we're set other than a running back. Jerome Baker gets star dev. That's huge. I think he can be the linebacker one now. Javon Holland gets superstar dev. And I forgot about Brandon Jones at strong safety. He's actually pretty decent. So if we can't draft a strong safety in this draft, then I won't get one. But is Jalen Phillips a right outside linebacker? He is. And then what's Bradley Chubb? Is Bradley Chubb also a right outside linebacker? Because if he is, I'll just move him to left. Yeah, I'll move Bradley Chubb to the left outside linebacker position. I thought Bradley Chubb would be a way higher overall than just an 81 whenever I first moved him to the Dolphins. So I was kind of confused by that. But Raekwon Davis, I think this is. Yeah, Raekwon Davis. Need a defensive tackle. That's a must. But, yeah. The defense is looking pretty good. Javon Holland has superstar dev. We're going to go to the re-signed players here and see what we got. As this team's going to be pretty beastly. I still maybe want to draft a linebacker. Well, no. I have DB on my board. So I want to draft a DB or a strong safety first. And then What do we got for the AFC East? Yeah, AFC East. Defensive tackle John Jenkins retires. I've never heard of that guy, but it's honestly kind of a cool name. But we're going to go into the players ready to negotiate. I think I already have everyone I want. Melvin Ingram doesn't have an interest in re-signing anymore. I wouldn't want him anyways. He's 75. Raheem Mostert went down 2 overalls. Eric Rowe went down 4 overalls, I think. Yeah, all these guys here are just a no for me. And I don't think I want to participate in free agency. Yeah, 16 million and we still got to pay Tua. I'm good. I'll skip out into the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up defensive back Jay Ross out of USC. Zone coverage, 6'1", 184, kind of light, but he does have hidden development, so that's huge. In the second round, I'm picking up halfback Joseph Solomon out of Nebraska. Power back, 6 foot, 233 pounds. That's a big boy right there. Anyways, he has F medium route, which I don't care because he's a running back. A break tackle, B carrying, A trucking. He seems like a beast. Here we are after the draft. Solomon is a 71 overall, and Jeff Wilson is going to be behind him, of course. And I think we're pretty good offensively. Solomon just needs to develop. Felix. Ooh. Ross could be a strong safety as well. Do I make Ross a strong safety? How big is he? He's only 184. But I'm cool with Brandon Jones, actually. I might just stick with Brandon Jones, have Ross play a second string back to him, and then Ross is going to be a third string slot as well. Felix, he just won't develop in time if I move him to strong safety, so he's just going to be a specialist. For now, Ross is going to play in the slot. Can I play him in the slot? There we go. And then Solomon is going to start no matter what. Going to make sure he gets all the reps. And defensively, maybe we'll get a defensive tackle. Maybe I should just sign one so that way the CPU just doesn't screw me, which it usually always does whenever it comes to adjusting the depth chart, which pisses me off a lot. So we're going to go to defensive tackle and just sign one off the bat. Jordan Phillips. Sure, we're going to sign Jordan Phillips. We're going to try him out. And then we're going to sign Taven Bryan. Why not sign him? Try him out as well. And then, yeah, I think we should be pretty good. Jones seems pretty good. Not Jones, Ross. Jay Ross is the guy that I picked up, not Brandon Jones. So move Ross back to the positions that I want them to move back to, and let's not adjust the depth chart automatically, please, game. I would really appreciate that. Move Solomon up again. I have to do this almost every single time because EA just adjusts my chart no matter what. It pisses me off every time. But anyways, the team is literally stacked. I mean, maybe our running back just needs to develop a little bit more. But other than that, the team is most definitely stacked here, boys. So apart from that, I would say it's now time to move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 2-5 coming off a loss to the Bills. We're just getting screwed by the simulation as the Bills are dominating the Bills are just dominating the division. No surprise. Christian Wilkins. That's interesting. How much does he want? Depends. No, I'm not going to pay you $16 million a year. I'm not doing that. He's going to start regression in the very next season. By the offseason, he'll be an 83 or an 82. He just won't be that good. Tua is a player I need to have back, obviously. Can he just accept this, please? Good stuff. He resigns. Connor Williams is a guy I want back as well. We're going to spread out his contract a little bit more. And he resigns as well. Brandon Jones, I actually want to keep him as my strong safety. Let's just have him accept this, please. And he does. Good stuff. Robert Hunt, same deal. Just want to develop him a little bit more. And he resigns as well. Matt Hennessy, of course I want him as well. And he resigns. Any other big names? I want to make sure I get those before I waste all my money. Ooh. I want Noah because he's so young. He's only 23 and he's almost off his rookie deal. Dang. Okay, I want him as well. So we'll get him in the offseason. I don't want Jeff Wilson. Raekwon Davis I want as well. Austin Jackson I want. I want Austin Jackson the most. Yeah, I want Austin Jackson the most and maybe the fullback the least. I don't want Christian Wilkins. I can just replace him with Jalen Phillips. So now it's time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs coming off a loss to the Chiefs. Come back on the season 10-7, second in the division. That is huge as we're here to face the Steelers in the playoffs. Let's see the stats and awards we got here. And it is going to be Tua's mid. Offense is 26th. Defense is first. So Tua, 4,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Not a good season. Hopefully he develops. Joseph Solomon, rookie year, 9 touchdowns, 3.6 per carry, 1,000 yards. For a rookie who's only 71 overall, that's pretty good. Tyreek Hill, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, only 2 touchdowns, but 1,000 yards. Cedric Wilson, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Channing Tyndall, who is that? Okay, with the most tackles on the team. Jerome Baker with 125. Tackles for loss, 15 for Bradley Chubb. Sacks, 12 for Christian Wilkins. I don't care if he had the most sacks on the team. I'm still not going to re-sign him. Emmanuel Ogbo with 9. Bradley Chubb only with 7.5. Interceptions, 5 for Byron Jones. Safeties is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to see if we can beat the Pittsburgh Steelers to move on to the divisional round. Can we do it? And we do. 20-14 here to face the 11-6 Los Angeles Chargers. Let's see if we can beat them as well. And we do not. 24-21. Let's move to the offseason. The Bills win their first Super Bowl ever against the Rams. 34-14. Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl MVP and the league MVP. He is balling out right now. And we got 30 minutes until the trade deadline is over as I'm currently recording this. There are no awards here for the Miami Dolphins, which is unfortunate, but let's see if there is any development upgrades. I highly doubt Tua got one because he had a really bad season, so he probably didn't, and he didn't. No surprise, Solomon is only a star dev, which is kind of a yikes because I don't know if I can develop him in time for him to be a huge impact on the team. But, yeah, maybe he'll be good. Maybe I don't think I'll get a free agency running back. Felix is only a star dev. Ross is only a star dev, but that's fine with me. Brandon Jones I'm going to keep. I need to draft a defensive tackle later on. I don't think Byron Jones had superstar dev before. I know Xavier Howard did, but I don't think Byron Jones had it. So I'm glad that he has it now. That's sick. And we're going to be moving into the re-sign players and the retirements to see what we got. And I'm also not going to be participating in free agency again, just because I don't think we're going to have the money once I re-sign all these players. I still need to re-sign Austin Jackson and then our fullback, which you don't necessarily need, but I'm still probably going to do it. AFC East, where is it? There it is. Our punter retires that I signed a 5-year deal to, so I guess not anymore. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here. We got Christian Wilkins. I already said no to him. Our fullback doesn't want to come back anymore. I do want this DB. I do want him. If he takes this, I'll sign him. No, he wants to hit free agency. I won't bother with him anyways. Roquan Davis, never mind. I don't want him anymore because he probably won't even get to an 80 overall by the end of this rebuild. Austin Jackson is a player that I do want back, so I will up the money and up the years, and he re-signs. Our fullback, I do kind of want back as well. Let's see if he accepts that, and he re-signs, even though he doesn't have an interest in coming with the team. Didn't really give him much of an offer anyways. And yeah, I think I'm good on everyone else. I'll let everyone else hit free agency. How much money do we have? 12 million? I'm good. I'll skip out on that. Let's go to the draft. In the first round, at the end of the first round, technically, I'm picking up defensive tackle Larry Thurman. Or Thurman? I don't know. Whatever. Power rusher out of Auburn. He's only 6'1", but he has 310 pounds in development. He seems pretty decent. And in the third round, I'm picking up another halfback, Jeremiah Malone, also out of USC, power back. He seems pretty sick. Yeah, he's another big hitter, but he's only 5'10", but it's fine with me. And this is what the team looks like after the draft. I'm going to move Malone up to the second string back. Hopefully Solomon can actually develop. He's a 76 overall right now. Defensively, Thurman is a 70 overall, but Tomlinson, the guy that I picked up in the second round, is a higher overall, but I'm still going to start him. And Jalen Phillips is technically right outside linebacker. I won't have to, I'm not going to move him down. I'm just going to keep him at right outside linebacker. Or, actually, I'll move him down, actually. Never mind. Now that I think about it, I think it's better just move him down to the right outside linebacker position. Right end position instead of the right outside linebacker position. So, I think that would be better. And it seems like, I like that a little bit better. Tyndall is the second. And, this defense looks pretty good. Jay Ross is all right. And, I think we'll be all right, and their CPU is going to sign a punter and screw up my entire depth chart, so I'm going to have to check on it at the midseason mark. So Solomon's still going to be my third down back as well. Malone is going to be my secondary halfback, and Ross is going to be my slot. Okay. So anyways, guys, apart from that, hopefully the team can do better this season. Let's move into the midseason mark. And we are 6-1, top of the division at the midseason mark, coming off a blowout win to the Chargers, 41-6. That's what I like to see, as the division is still highly contested. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we got here for the third season. Malik Harrison. He's not bad, but he's going to be 27 by the end of the season. I mean, will he last the entire rebuild? He'll be a decent depth player. I'll give him this deal. I'll just do that, just so that way he can be a decent depth player. And Jalen Waddle is a yes. He's a must-have back, and he re-signs with the organization. Good stuff. Javon Holland, he's a must-have back as well. I'm gonna up the money for him a little bit too. And ooh, he wants to bring the length down. Why do people always want to bring the length down? That makes no sense. I'll give Byron Jones a 1-year deal and negotiate his contract down as he regresses. And Jerome Baker, I do want back as well. Even though he will start regression soon, I still want him back. Because he's going to be at least a decent depth player if we do replace him. Jalen Phillips doesn't want to come back. We're still going to try to make him come back because we need him. And he wants even more money. Okay. Cedric Wilson. He's gonna be regressing, but if he accepts this, yeah, he will. Okay, I'll take him back then. And do I want anyone else? No, I don't think I want anyone else. I want Jalen Phillips and Javon Holland, so I guess I'll deal with that in the offseason. So anyways, guys, apart from that, I'd say it's now time to move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, coming off a win to the Cardinals as we are 14-3, top the division. Oh my goodness, dude. We get a first-round bye as well. Insane. Let's see the stats. Tua, top 10 QB. Offensively, we were 13th. Defensively, we were 4th. Looking at it, Tua is 1 yard shy from 4,800 yards, 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Great season. Joseph Solomon, 11 touchdowns, 3.6 per carry, 1,100 yards. Better than last season. He's improving, but 3.6 per carry. That average needs to be higher. Tyreek almost 1 yard shy from 1,500 yards, 7 touchdowns. He also had 100 receptions. And then Cedric Wilson, 1,200 yards, 18 touchdowns is insane. He's hogging all the touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, 5 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Looking at it defensively, Jerome Baker, 107 tackles for a loss, 17 for Jamison Tomlinson, sacks, 10.5 for Emmanuel Ogbah, 7 for Jalen Phillips. Bradley Chubb only with 6. This dude's not doing that good. Interceptions, 4 for Nick Needham. That's surprising. Safeties, 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round to see if we can actually move on to the conference championship. I swear, in every rebuild, the divisional round is a problem. Broncos country. Let's ride. We're playing Russell Wilson. Please beat him. How? Oh my god, dude. We can't ever win in simulation. Let's move to the offseason. And the Cowboys beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Trayvon Diggs wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins 3 league MVPs in a row now. And there are no awards here for the Miami Dolphins, unfortunately. So we're going to see in the roster if there is anyone with the development upgrades. Let's see what we got. Offensively, Malone only has star dev. That's fine with me. Nobody else has a development upgrade, unfortunately. I mean, Tua was a top 10 QB, but I'm still not going to give him superstar. I'm sure people in the comments will have a problem with it. Thurman has superstar dev. That's amazing to see. And Brandon Jones gets star dev. That's sick as well. So anyways, apart from that, we now got to see who we got to re-sign and the retirements on the team as well. And yeah, then we should be good. Well, actually, I think I need to participate in free agency because it's going to be the 4th and final season. And I think I need to target a halfback, like a high-end one. So 2024 retirements. Let's see what we got for the AFC East. And Von Miller retires on the Bills. That's actually really big for us because Von Miller is a freaking simulation. Players ready to negotiate. Do I let Jalen Phillips? I'm going to let Jalen Phillips walk and then try to get a beast edge rusher in free agency. I'm going to increase the money even more for Javon Holland, and he resigns. Good stuff. I'm going to let Jalen Phillips walk, and I don't think there's... Actually, let me go back. I don't think there's anyone else that I want to resign. $21 million. Now that I think about it, I don't think I can get anyone good for $21 million in free agency, but if I can't, then I'll just sign Jalen Phillips. Anyways, let's get to free agency. So after free agency, I didn't end up getting any edge rusher, but I got a depth middle linebacker in Ernest Jones. I'm going to trade for one in the draft to see if we can get an elite edge rusher. So let's move into it. I'm trading away a 2nd-round pick to get Montez Sweat from the Commanders. So he's going to be a pretty good pickup, and I'm probably going to trade away my 1st-round pick for a defensive tackle. I'm completely overpaying for defensive tackle because it's the 4th and final season. I'm trying to make something happen. I'm trading away my pick 28, my 3rd-round pick this year, and my 2nd-round pick next year for Derek Brown. So anyways, guys, we don't have any draft picks. Let's move to the end of the draft. So this is what the team looks like after the draft. Offensively, we look the same. We've kind of looked the same since season 2. Defensively, this is what we got. The defensive line and our pass rush has significantly improved. So I like really a lot what we got here. Emmanuel Ogbah, why is Montez Sweat not starting? Sure, I'm going to start Montez Sweat over Bradley Chubb because Bradley Chubb, when starting, hasn't even put up that many sacks. So he's really not that good. Unfortunately, that's just how it went in this rebuild. So we're just going to deal with it. But anyways, guys, it is now the 4th and final season. So apart from that, let's move into the playoffs. Not the midseason mark, the playoffs. There we go. Here we are in the playoffs coming off a win to the Bills. We are 13-4, top of the division, dominating the division once again. Let's see the stats and awards here. Tua was great, top 5 QB there, 6th best offense in the NFL. I switched to the Kansas City playbook, and now it's the 17th best defense because of that. 5,000 yards, 43 touchdowns, 8 interceptions for Tua. Joseph Solomon, 13 touchdowns, 3.9 per carry, 1,000 yards. Tyreek Hill, 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns. Mike Gesicki, 8 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Jalen Waddle, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Jerome Baker, 132 tackles for a loss, 18 for Emmanuel Ogbah. Sacks, 13.5 for Derek Brown. He was worth the trade. Bradley Chubb finally putting up numbers, 11.5 sacks. Emmanuel Ogbah with 9. Montez Sweat with 7.5. Interceptions, 5 for Jerome Baker and 5 for Ernest Jones. Interesting. Safety, 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So anyways, guys, apart from that, we're going to see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round. And I'm actually going to hop into the divisional round because we have not won a divisional round. And I'm going to be pissed if we end the rebuild with a loss. I end a lot of my rebuilds with, well, not a lot of them. Some of them end unsuccessfully because some BS and simulations. So let's try to prevent that here. And here we are against the Tennessee Titans at home. We score opening drive. They have Dak Prescott as QB for the Tennessee Titans, not Malik Willis or Ryan Tannehill here. Let's see what we can get with them. And I'm going to simulate all the way to the end of the game until I see, like, there's a big moment that's about to come up. And then I'll do the moments. But it's 17-17 at half. We score opening drive at half. Come on, don't let them score again. Let's get a 2-possession lead here. That'd be nice. Okay. 31-24. Hold the lead. Okay. Let's see what we got here. End game drive. Big field goal kick. They got to kick it themselves. They did it. Let's go. We're moving on to the conference championship. Thank God. 34-31. Here we are against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the conference championship. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to move into it. Hopefully we can make it to the Super Bowl. And here we are against the Steelers at home because we have the first round bye, of course. 7-0 start. And of course, I'm just going to move to the end of the game to see what we got. And it is 7-7 for the Steelers now. I don't know who their QB is. It could be Kenny Pickett still, but I honestly doubt it with the way the CPU drafts. But they're going to take their lead at half, but we're going to strike back opening half. They're going to strike back again, and we're going to strike back again. Don't let them strike back. There we go. 31-21, 2-possession lead. Do not choke this. Please do not choke this. Big field goal kick. No, I'm not going to allow this to happen. Yeah, I'm seriously going to go for this and run out the clock. Well, no, I can just kick it and run out the clock. I know the CPU won't, so I'll run out the clock myself. Okay, and that should be the game, as we are going to win it as I drained out the clock. Because if you don't drain out the clock yourself, the CPU won't, and they'll just take the field goal and give extra time to the Steelers. As the Steelers' new QB is rookie Ricky Brooks. 231 yards and 3 touchdowns. He did pretty good, but Tua did better with 286 yards and 4 touchdowns. So let's make it to the Super Bowl. Here we are in the Super Bowl, and we are facing the 10-7 Cardinals. Let's see if there is any roster development upgrades. And offensively, Tua gets superstar dev. That's huge. Mike Gesicki gets superstar dev as well. Huge offensive upgrades there. And defensively, Nick Needham gets superstar dev. I'm surprised Ernest Jones or Jerome Baker didn't get upgraded because they both had 5 interceptions on the season with a large amount of tackles. But super glad we're in the Super Bowl. Regardless if we win or not, it's still a successful rebuild. So let's move into it against the Arizona Cardinals and try to get this final win. Now here we are against the Arizona Cardinals in the Super Bowl, and as always, I need to just jump to the end of the game because it just makes it go by quicker. 3-0 start, now 10-0 start against the Cardinals. They're going to respond with a touchdown as we are in the second quarter here, 17-7, 17-14 at the halftime, 24-14, 2-possession lead, now 1-possession lead, 17-24 in the fourth quarter, 31-17. That might just put a nail in it, and it will. 31-24 as we beat the Arizona Cardinals in the Super Bowl. Let's go. Successful rebuild with Bradley Chubb without Chase Edmonds. I don't think Tua is going to get the Super Bowl MVP. He only had 1 touchdown. I think maybe our running back had all those touchdowns. Could have been our defense, but not enjoyable at all, EA. Thank you for screwing me in almost every simulation, unless I personally jump into the simulation. So horrible game. But anyways, let's see what we got here for the Super Bowl MVP, and that will wrap up this video. I thank you guys all for watching, as this was a successful rebuild. Byron Jones, he probably got a pick 6. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP, and there are no other awards here for the Miami Dolphins. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.